Well, hello, this is Joshua Riddle, proud co-founder of Collaborative Realty Group. Honored to do another partner interview introduction. Collaborative Realty Group is a group of realtors that have come together to help each other just get better in the industry. Mel here is one of the earliest people that kind of joined our group, and we're so honored to have her with our group, and then honored to have her today with this introduction. Mel, how are you?
Thank you. I am honored to be here. I'm honored to be part of this group. Yes. And
Well, you're a huge
be
part.
partnered with all of you.
Oh, thank you. So Mel, let's do this pretty quick. I know people that might be watching this have not much time, right? So let's just do a little rapid fire here. I just want people to get to know you a little bit and how your skill set has not only helped you become a really successful realtor, but also the value that your skill set brings to Collaborative Realty Group and why that's important. And then we're going to talk briefly about your experience with EXP, and then maybe people can get a hold of you if they have any questions afterwards. How's that sound?
Sure, that's fine. It's great. Let's go.
Perfect. Let's go. So quickly, Mel, just tell us a little bit about your background before you got into real estate and why you decided to become a realtor.
So I was an appraiser for over 25 years, and I'm not going to go into how old I really am. But I did have like another life before me. I was appraising for over 25 years, and 4 of those years I was actually during the Great Recession. I was in like a 10 by 10 room, um, analyzing and reviewing appraisals, and required to review about 10 to 14 a day. So, of course, there was a lot of fraud going on at the time. There was a lot going on, and I had worked for a corporate bank for 10 years. Then I had opened my own appraisal company for 10 years. So I guess they thought if I wasn't in a jail, I was worth hiring to review appraisals, especially after the Great Recession. So I did, and it was very intense work, intense. So I kind of took a hiatus. I left to open a spa, and after that was over, I did fix and flips. I met Mark. Mark was doing fix and flips. So we kind of combined our energy and knowledge, him as a real estate agent and flipper, and me as an appraiser and flipping. So we kind of did that together. We've done over 50 fix and flips, and we utilize that for our clients now.
Yeah.
So then
What,
I had actually taught for okay. I had actually taught some appraisal classes for Jeff Sutherland. So I knew him from way back before the recession. And so I introduced Mark to him. And then next thing you know, he's telling us about EXP. Have you looked at this? And CRG. And when we met you, and we kind of came over at the same time, we just immediately felt comfortable with you. We felt comfortable with the few people we knew and trusted, like Jeff Sutherland, met Clark, met Justin, and it was like we want the success. We see it can be done, and at our age, you have to have that visualization. You have to, otherwise, before you know it, time goes on, a decade's gone, and you haven't done anything. So it was totally weird. And now to see it go from a few people to over 100, I think, within a company that started with 15,000 agents, no, 14,000 at the time 3 years ago, to now over 71 globally, 71,000 globally. And I heard we just opened in 3 new countries today. It's pretty thrilling in 3 years to go from thinking about growing a team or being part of a group of growth, which that's most attractive to me, is because anybody who we attract to our group or wants to look at EXP Realty cannot, if they don't want to join a team, they don't have to join the Mark and Mel team. They don't have to join the Joshua Riddle team. They don't have to lose their brand. They can build their brand, their business, and all we do is support them. And I think that's why the growth is so phenomenal in our group. I think the support is there along with the support from EXP Realty, I think.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree. I mean, I can tell you from personal experience, the biggest thing, the best thing I've ever done for my career is surround myself with producing realtors, passionate agents that are out there to be the best in the industry. And once I started surrounding myself with agents like that, my mindset changed, my goals changed, my service to my clients changed, right? And that's really what inspired us to create Collaborative Realty Group. And then we got to meet great partners like you and Mark, and all the incredible knowledge and experience that you guys have. And now you bring that into the group. And tell us a little bit about how you bring your experience into the group and how that benefits all the agents that are with Collaborative Realty Group.
Yeah, I would love to. So I gained so much value from the newer ways that, social media or video or it's technology, which I can't do all of that. I just can't do that all myself. I don't excel in all that myself. I don't know very many agents out there that do. But to utilize, to trade my knowledge of appraisal and help maybe somebody put together a package, or help them if they're newer to look for comps, or help somebody with a difficult, complex property know how an appraiser is going to view it and what they need to do to be prepared for that, so that everything goes smoothly for the clients on both sides. It's an honor for me to use that knowledge and then trade for somebody else in the group's knowledge,
Yep. Absolutely. And I think that's what it's all about, right? We all have very specific skill sets, right? And with that, in that one specific skill set, we're all very strong, but there's so many other skill sets where we're not so strong. And to be able to lean on each other in that group and be humble about our experience and what we're good at and what we're not so good at in that group, and to lean on those that are better in the areas where we're not so strong. And that's so valuable, right? And it's really, like I said, I can speak from firsthand experience about the value that you and Mark have brought over to Collaborative Realty Group. You've taught classes in our group about how you do appraisals, right? And how you run comps. You are always there to answer questions for our agents that are curious about certain adjustments that need to be made when it comes to, pricing a home. I remember I asked you, how does cat urine affect the pricing of a home? Right. And in your opinion, how would cat urine affect the pricing of a home or the value?
Great question. So one flip I bought, and before Mark and I were married, had a lot of urine in the carpet and the pad. And I knew what it was going to take to get that out of there. I had to pull the entire carpet out. I bought the house anyway. I could barely walk through it. I walked through it really quick. And I said, I'm going to buy this house because I'm going to renovate it. I'm going to fix it up. And in 2 years, I made $150,000 off of it. And that was tax. I didn't have to pay taxes because I waited 2 years and lived in it, but I was going to get that livable. So I pulled out all the carpet and I looked past it. I walked through it real quick, holding my nose, walked out and said, putting in an offer. So pulled it all out. All the pad had to come out. The tile didn't have to come out, but that I could hardly stay in the house to view it. So I knew I'd have to take it all out and then treat the concrete because it had seeped into the concrete. So it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. It's gonna impact in the condition. Now maybe it's if it's a newer carpet, you can't really say, well, it's a average condition if it's new, but what if something's peed all over it? It's gonna be not in good condition, so it's gonna impact.
Okay,
somehow.
That's fair. It's a big deal for sure. I think it's one of the biggest issues that you can run into when you're looking for homes. It takes a lot of work to get that out. Real quick, let's talk about EXP. With your experience at EXP, do you think you're ever going to go to a different brokerage?
No, not at all. In fact, I probably won't even retire as early as I plan to, because we are having so much fun seeing the growth. And it's just organic. It's organic because it attracts the same kind of people that want to grow their business and want a future. I mean, seriously, to be honest with you, it's nice to be able to go on a vacation like we've done and reach out to somebody who's nearby an area where we got a referral for a listing, or we have a referral for a buyer, and to be able to say, hey, we're on vacation. We want these people to be serviced well. We know who's mentoring everybody in this group, and we know they're covered by such great EXP brokers. Let's refer it to you. Pick up the phone and say, hey, Can you take care of these clients for us? That's huge because one, we'd probably lose them or tick them off if we weren't available. So it's much better to put them with somebody and refer somebody in the group than to lose them altogether or impact your reputation. I don't do anything as a hobby typically in my life. Yeah. So I don't do real estate as a hobby either. So it's super powerful to be able to lean on each other, I think, for referrals and like today, I had some free time. I'm going to open a lockbox for you. That's so valuable in this group. We can reach out to anybody in the Valley.
Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to bring that up too. I mean, unfortunately, I've come down with COVID. It's my turn to take a swing at this thing. I'm feeling okay, doing the best I can here, but the business doesn't stop, right? Especially in this market, clients have needs and things don't stop. And so what's so amazing is as soon as I found out my client, wanted to see a home today, I reached out to my group. I said, hey, I need someone to open a door for me. Who can do it? And you were the first to raise your hand. And that means so much to me that I can be at home and try to rest and take care of my family and know that my business isn't going to suffer. Right. And I don't need to pay you anything. Right. This is like a one-time thing. These rarely happen. Right. And so it's just nice to know that we have each other's back. And it means the world to me. I think that's one of the strengths of CRG, on top of just the knowledge that we share and the experience that we share, but just the support outside. I mean, I tell you, I get text messages all the time from people in our group asking me how I feel, more than some of my close friends. It's amazing, right? Like it's a family. It really is a family. And so it means the world to us.
When we're young, we usually feel like, I think I've been there. When we're younger, we feel kind of immortal and nothing can happen to me. But I'll tell you what, it can change in a moment. Just like that car wreck that we were in, broke my back. Yeah. I had to pivot. And this was the best pivot I could ever make. And I'm so glad that Mark was the one to push it, because I didn't want to come over. He was the one that said, what do we have to lose? Nothing. Yeah. And we wouldn't have stock. We wouldn't have a backup plan. We wouldn't have a group to rely on. It's so good. We wouldn't have the training we've had and the growth and the production we've had. But it's not all about production, right? Because seriously, I don't think I'm going to run around at 70 opening up lockboxes in the rain. I really don't. It's about leverage. Life is about leverage.
Awesome. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you put in your time as a realtor and you grow a successful business. You hope to get out of that situation where you're the one that has the boots on the ground all the time, right? That's what we love to do, but sometimes that's exhausting. Sometimes we just can't do it. And so it's nice that you can grow your business. Right. In a way that you have the type of support, or you don't have to lean on production as much. Right. And so if you could just name off maybe the 3 or 4, one or two words that, phrases, if you can, what are the 3 or 4 biggest benefits of EXP Realty?
Okay. Number one, I would say leverage. Leverage because it helps you to be more effective with your time. If you can't be in 2 places at once, we can leverage a group, leverage maybe a question. If you don't want to buy the broker, but EXP.
Let's talk EXP, not CRG. EXP.
Okay, leveraging. Okay, EXP to leverage the growth. We didn't have a retirement plan before at all. We didn't have a savings account. We could put 5%, buy 5% of every transaction of stock, and at a 10% discount, and then have. I can't say it, I know, but it blows my mind to think of. And somebody says, well, you can't take that. Oh, yeah, because we purchased it. We could take it anytime we want, but we're not going to, because we have such faith that there's growth in the company. And to also, the other thing that's amazing is for EXP to give back 50%. 50% of not their local profits. It's of their revenue off the top to the agent. Who else does that? It's such a powerful. When people say I don't want to work for a big company, well, unfortunately, that's the way that things are going. Big companies are going to knock realtors out of the business unless they have a large company that's backing the realtor and going to make it so they're not so dependent on one area, one small thing, and keeping them below the broker. This is a brokerage company that wants them to be successful. Each and every agent that takes hold of that. There's nothing else out there that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And since you and I have joined the company, we've seen it grow 5 times the amount that it was when we started. It was in 2 countries when we started, and now it's in 21. We were about 14,000 agents. Now we're almost close to 75,000. I think the last number was over 71, and that was a couple months ago that I saw that, right? So there's a reason for that growth. And for anybody that's kind of looking at EXP, it's important to know, look at Mel here, right? Think about her experience, 25 years in the appraisal industry. I'm going to call that the real estate industry, right? She knows agents, she knows brokers, she understands how it goes. And then her husband Mark, who's been in real estate for 30 years, right? And they both align their business with EXP. And is it safe to say that you love the brokerage?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And is it safe to say you're never going to leave?
Absolutely. We're not going anywhere. We just get so much, we'll travel more
yeah.
and, give our value more in other places. That's our goal. And refer out
well, and that's
more.
the thing is, you have that opportunity, right? Like with EXP, you can grow your business in ways that no other realtors really can. And so, I want to encourage, anybody that is considering making a change. If you're a career agent, there's no better place to hang your license than EXP. I've been in real estate for 7 years myself, and I can safely say I'm never leaving this brokerage. It offers way too many opportunities and benefits, especially long-term benefits that are going to change not only my life, but the life of my family. And that might sound dramatic, but it's actually true. And if you want to know more about it, please feel free to reach out to Mel. Mel, would you be open to talking to anybody that'd be considering EXP?
Absolutely. I would love that.
Good deal. And I'm going to go ahead and end this interview today with you, Mel. I appreciate so much of your time and all the things that you bring to Collaborative Realty Group. And thank you so much for helping me today and opening that door. That means a lot to me. I can stay home and try to rest and heal up. And just thank you so much for your support and joining us today, Mel.
I know you'll pay it forward.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, you take care. Feel better.
Thank you so much. Cheers.